for me, and they always call me the JAMPL FAN. Warner Bro would not be this spot.
Whatever Trivante have to go on, the Trivante just continue on the same trajectory.
Yeah. Defense, I still don't think we need 4, especially centre back, 2 windows, no whole game team.
Welcome back to Unseen Sports TV, Pree TV, and JAMPL FAN TV. Today we're going to, talk about the Steve McClaren last World Cup qualifiers squad reveal, and we're going to share our opinion on what we think about the squad. You understand? You're going to get, mixed reaction. You understand? Pree thinks different, JAMPL thinks different, and Unseen with the Unseen review all the time. You understand? Yeah, man. So, Pree, drop the squad now. If you have anything to say to the people, we're in a bad situation right now, or fellow, brothers and sisters down by the West. It's not up there.
Yeah, definitely. So, I don't know if you use football for try and ease my mind and focus back on some different thing. I don't know. Commiseration to everybody. We are going through it now from the hurricane, but the squad, what a squad, me I tell you, beer questions were asked, me I tell you. Yeah.
Like always, right?
Like always, and the midfield looking like a feather. like a feather, man. But yeah, so the midfield first and foremost, Isaac Hayden, Bobby Reid, Jonathan Russell, Cara Anderson, and Joshua Anglin. And
that's how many members, how many players is that? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 midfielders named
5
for the international window of 2 matches. We lost Palmer, and I don't see a direct replacement for it. That's my concern. That's my number one concern, because people are worried already about the creativity in the midfield.
Yes.
Regardless of what you think about Palmer, he was a creative midfielder we had in the squad. And he's now out. We see no direct replacement, and no people are going to say Gray can come in that midfield to be a creative spark. But do you believe that midfield is still short of creativity? I see you asked the coach about the number 10. So what do you say about it?
Well, I asked the coach about the number 10. Whenever you're picking a team coaching standpoint, I'm a coach. So you want to make sure that you have that out and out player. But then the coach may say injury, and you can always put a Dixon there or a Bobby Reid. You can also put them on a Gray there because they want to start Cephas. So he's looking at that. I think that's what he's looking at. But for me, my personal preference, I would try to get a number 10 in. Then you have to also think on the fact that bringing somebody new at this time. As he said that he uses his eye, he uses stats. It's a mixture of other things he used for certain players.
yeah.
But the benefit of the doubt goes to the coach, in my opinion.
Yeah, so once again we saw there was no Lord Ravel. Again, I said the Lord Ravel team, the Lord Ravel church. Once again, we know say down at the comment section and beer people are going to no Tyrese Hall again, and as we saw reports that the coach was watching Tyrese Hall.
Is that the biggest surprise? Because he was watching Tyrese Hall leading up to this. And he's on good form, and as again, there's no Palmer. Why will you not bring in, regardless of his age, because we saw Seymour Reid come last time, why will you not bring in Tyrese Hall just to give us some assurance in that midfield? That was a big surprise?
That's definitely a bit surprised, but again, as the coach spoke right here in this very seat, the coach said him go with where him know, and I guess him never want to bring in any new players in the selection. And again, I see where you asked him about coach Rico Henry is a new player,
Yes.
but I guess it's about the position. I guess
It's about certain players and the pedigree.
the pedigree. Well, you see their class
And then a lot
pedigree.
of people that we are around and in groups talk about pedigree. So we want to hear what they have to say now if they're going to go against the words.
Yeah, definitely. and to be fair, Rico Henry is definitely a Premier League player.
Yeah.
So there's no going around that. So I guess I must say, if I plug and play somebody right now, it have to be class. And surprisingly, nobody asked the question about Mason Green.
Is the current form of Rico Henry says that he's class at the moment?
So alright, so that is the thing. We know class is Premier. Class
Form
is Premier
temporary,
and
class
form
is
temporary. So that's how he's looking at it. But what about the Mason Greenwood question? Nobody asks about me.
I think we're just tired. I think we're just tired because we're going to get the same answer.
He's not there. He didn't call his name.
He didn't call his name at all. He didn't mention him. I actually surprised our colleagues didn't even bother after they were saying, what is more left to say about Greenwood? He's not here. Don't expect him to come before World Cup if we make it. Just move on. We have to just deal with what we have. We have Whisper back in the squad fully this time.
Yeah.
Tyrese Campbell is there. Warner Brown makes a return.
Warner Brown.
I told you.
Interesting.
I told you.
I told you I was right.
I told you. I told you.
I saw him Wednesday live and he looked off the pace, to be honest. He don't look as sharp as I would like him to be. Naturally, he's coming off an injury, then the JPL was suspended, so he's going to be lacking much sharpness. So to see him into the squad when you have Burrell going on such good form, it's surprising. And then because now we're going to ask questions about Trivante Stewart, who can make it into the squad despite his great form. He scored a brace again today. So you have to know, Wando, why Brown in lacking sharpness. I know it's not the same type of forwards, but when you have Burrell and Bailey there, I can't pronounce it.
So you have Bailey Kadamatari,
Yeah.
Herman Burrell, not Trevor, what's his name again? Remember.
Shamar.
Shamar Nicholson, yeah.
That's 3, right?
One of them.
And then one of them.
Four strikers. Four
strikers, right? Somebody's not going to get game.
Well, naturally.
Like,
So, how me view the strike academy is I really think those 4 strikers, the coach see them as dependable. And that's not to say that Trivante is not dependable because he has not even brought Trivante in our squad. But if you take a look at it, in reality, Warner Brown has scored for the coach already.
Yep.
Bailey Kadamarchi scored for him the first time. Shamar and foot soldier, you can't depend upon Shamar. Him say Shamar the best in the Caribbean. Shamar number speak for itself. I guess when Shamar put out the black ball and green, in transfer.
Yeah.
So you have to give him that. And
the Rima blood.
the Rima brother. and Roman Burrell
He's on form.
is on form.
Great.
I think him deserving.
So I don't have a problem with Burrell. I'm just surprised, but I guess you're right. I guess he's saying this is crunch time. I want him soldiers who has been there with him before and can trust and you know exactly what they can provide, regardless of form, and he's gonna go with it. So I guess that's why Warner Brown is there and Stewart is not there.
And maybe Warner Brown is a player that the coach can say, hey, put him in front of us and show him something and say, yes, coach, I want to try. Maybe terms, you have to look at it in coaching terms. Maybe you have some players, maybe you know, they don't really, they are there, but they don't really soak up or absorb the information.
Yeah, but the reality about Trivante is that the coach hasn't called Trivante into a camp. So I guess the coach is getting some prior knowledge to say, this is Trivante. Not like fire, I burn the place down, but I guess there's something
There's
about
a whole heap of factors again.
So there's some underlying factor there with Trivante where it's bigger than whatever.
Yeah, what the people think on the Israel League as a
whatever it is.
Piano League.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know what put it up because a league where you can play European football. And we don't want to speculate. But whatever Trivante have to go on, the Trivante just continue on the same trajectory, score 30, 40 goals for the season, and I'm pretty sure say he have been banging down the door. But as of now, we have to just understand the coach's perspective, understanding it. Sometimes we don't agree with it, but if we can understand it,
I do understand.
we can just move on. You get me?
To be fair, I do understand. I'm not going to knock the coach too hard. Again, thinking about it, these are the last 2 crucial games.
Yeah.
And probably saying to bring someone like Trivante, you know, work with before. He has to go through the process of showing him how he wants him to play and all of that. Crunch time now. We don't have time to just get the good. So I can understand.
So the coach talk about if you could bring more players up to 30, that basically what J50 gives. So to fix the number 10 issue, all that dollars drop off.
Yeah, but you see now you're talking about drop a forward and we still can't even bring in the Trivante who is a forward.
No, we understand that Trivante would not come in. That's before prior knowledge. We could say that he would not come.
So would you say drop a forward for a current squad that is having issues scoring goals?
So for me, and they always call me the JPL activists, Warner Brown would not be in the squad. Right?
Well, I'm literally named JAMPL FAN and I'm saying, just based on what I see, that him don't look sharp. Again, not his fault. There's a lack of much time. He don't look the sharpest right now. So I was saying, I wouldn't necessarily bring him for this one.
I mean, I'm ball Pree TV and I'm very surprised that Warner Brown is in the squad. I went and watched Warner Brown. Warner Brown is probably my second favorite player in the JPL.
Yeah.
Every time Warner Brown is picked, I am okay with it. But it's a surprise. None of us really thought that he would be there. None of us really say, yo, I want to be under the over Trivante. Trivante are on the place right now. So it is what it is. It's a coach's pick, and we just have to
And Trivante
work.
scored 2 goals already.
Just now?
Just now, just couple
right now.
minutes ago.
Scored 2
See,
goals.
but I just cycle, I guess the coach
His time will come, I think. He's what?
You feel so?
What's his age?
Yeah, I'm still young enough.
He's young.
If you qualify, him still have time to make it.
Yeah, go and burn down the place.
What do you think? What do you think, Javante?
As you talk about the number 10, and you talk about the number 10 and talking about jumping an attacker, but also you have to bear in mind that Demar Gray, don't be surprised if you see Demar play number 10. Don't be surprised if you see Kaima play number 10.
Surprise? I think it's a necessity right now. Him have to. I'm looking at this midfield. 5 names. Him have to play. Him have to play. I can't see what him can put there as a creative outlet.
And then John Russell is a up and down player. Plays good now and then plays.
My problem with John Russell again is not his fault. I just don't think this team played him straight.
So, I'm going to bring up John Russell because yesterday I watched Thomas Tuchel's press conference where he spoke about Jude Bellingham. And people don't beat me. It's not me saying that John Russell is Jude Bellingham. However, the same way how Tuchel explains how Jude Bellingham plays, he said Jude Bellingham is basically a false nine. As a number 10, where he's going to score some tap-ins in the box, because you know, for timing run in the box. Probably Russell not have the timing as good as a Bellingham as yet, but that's how he plays.
No, obviously not at the quality of Bellingham, but he does, that's his game. His game to arrive late in the box, make those tap-ins, get the goal. He's the only real goal-scoring midfielder we have. Problem is, when was the last time you see this Jamaican team, the swinging crosses? What do you see with the swing crossing? We finally got a bit out from Cephas in the last game against Bermuda, but normally our wingers like to take on them in one-on-one and open up a shooting lane for themselves.
Yeah, and especially if we're using inverted wingers, which we are.
Which we are.
Cephas on the left-hand side is right.
And Campbell, who's more on the left side and on the right
so
side.
all that JAMPL comes down to the tactics of the coach. Whenever Russell, you need to swing the ball. And you saw it in the Unity Cup. And that's the approach.
I'm so surprised we don't.
Right? That is the approach I would take whenever Russell and Cephas link up. It's always good.
Yeah, but for how I'm looking at it as it relates to Russell, I think Russell is a good option to bring on then when time you're trying to show the kitchen sink. I say, you definitely have to swing in the box. So
I want to be
so
you want him as a super sub then?
Exactly.
Okay.
So do you think Whisper can play 10 as well?
He has the
It's
ability.
creativity.
Remember, Craig Bowler even said that he sees his future as a 9. So he has the ability to play through the middle. Right now, we only call 4 wingers, and I assume that based on this, you would like to believe he probably get the start of a Dixon from Trinidad.
Well, here's my
think
wild
so?
thing. Here's my wild thing. I like Kyle Dixon as a number 10. I love Kyle Dixon as a number 10. I know people that say he's
energy.
It brings energy. I like the energy.
Energy.
Yeah.
but he's always looking to create something. And personally, watching Kyle Dixon, even me, had to learn about his game. I think the youth IQ is way higher than people give him credit for. I think him game has grown so much, and him IQ in terms of his passing. I think people underestimate him passing. And as a number 10, I think having that creative mindset, I think Kyle Dixon can also fill with
Dixon vision is there, but in passing, he need to be a bit sharper. He's kind of overhitting a lot of those true passes.
Yeah.
But again, he's young, he's getting there. And he started more as a forward winger. So
Like me to don't beat me again, Bruno Fernandes. Bruno tries it a million times. So get me and say how much passes does come off. That's what you get from creative players. So he's not the Ozil type number 10, but he can be like a Bruno Fernandes.
Let me move away from the individuality and try to make it be more collective. In terms of, you saw the connection with Dixon and Shamar, Dixon and Cephas, Dixon.
Younger man link up.
Right, and then you saw the connection with Whisper and Shamar Nicholson. Even though some of the ball, Shamar Nicholson didn't really. You saw that Whisper wanted to bring in other players in. You saw a different game from him in terms of where he was when he was in Jamaica. No, Chelsea. This is some different stuff coming up. Now, the coach's job now is to try to tie in all of those things collectively so that we can create more goal scoring chances.
Yes. So on that, if I must go on that, as I look at the team as a collective, you even look at the centre forwards themselves, the profiles are so much different. And I think while we talk about Trivante, even though that's individual again, that's probably one of the things where the coach is looking at, because the coach said he sees Trivante similar to a Bowser, right? Now, if you look at all four forwards, I think all of them is so different. Kadamachi build is so different from a Bowser, is so different from a Roman Burl, is so different from a Warner. So all of them have them different skill attributes. And now that is also good when the coach can say, all right, then I want to play this way for draw with this forward and that forward and this forward. And again, even the wingers, them again. Cephas is so much different from a Campbell, different from a Campbell, different from a Dixon, different from a Whisper. So, in reality, you know, the squad have so much variety in the squad. As I say, as a squad and a whole, we're probably just lacking that out and out silky number 10, a Casey Palmer, or probably a Ravel Marcel. However, again, the coach can supplement that by using a Demari Gray as a number 10, a Kyle Dix as a number 10. So, might not be the silky number 10, but at least there are options there. And as the number 6, the number 8s, we probably light there, but we still have a Isaac Aiden, a Bobby Reid, a Cara Anderson, Anglin, as the coach said, see him as an 8 and not a 6 today.
Yeah, get a difference. See, we're asking about that. 8, straight 8.
Oh, one thing we never talk about was naming the squad. The persons can understand all the players that are in the squad.
Alright, so the overall squad, Andre Blake, usually 3 keeper them, Andre Blake, Jamali Wade, Tafari Chambers, no surprise there. In defense, you have Joel Latibodier, Ethan Pinnock, Richard King, Dexter Lemby Kisa, Greg Lay, Damian Lowe, Rico Henry, the new addition, Macy Oldgate, and Ian Frey. So the surprise in defense would be Latibodier, really, again, we know Latibodier.
Is it that surprising? Really? He called him last time when just come off an injury, so I'm not that surprised. I was more surprised, and I did ask coach that he listed Ian Frey as a defender this time.
Yeah, very interesting. He listed him as
and he told me it's either here or there, but it's interesting that he listed him as a defender this time. So you realize that he's basically, without Dexter, is winning one specialist right back, which is him. Yeah. So I'm thinking he's going to be there as a right back this time.
Well, Ian Frey and also Lati again.
Or Lati can play there,
as him say. In midfield, 5 midfielders are Isaac Aiden, Bobby Reid, John Russell, Cara Anderson, Josh and Anglin. And again, even though you have 5 midfielders, I think the options of Lati Bodier and Isaac and Ian Frey
can come into that midfield.
Yeah, and in the forward line you have Bailey, Ty Kadamachi, Shamar Nichols, Kaim Dixon, Ronaldo Cephas, Tyrese Campbell, Warner Brown, and Dujan Whisper Richard. So that's the squad in its fullness. Easy me, the midfield might look very light. 5 midfielders listed, but in essence,
and,
I think
and how many defenders? How many centre backs?
9 defenders.
And how many centre backs we call?
9 defenders. 4 out and out centre backs. Again, the Frey and the Latibodier are centre back options, but 4 out and out centre backs.
So since Lati can play there, do we need 4 centre backs? Do we need Holgate who's not getting much game time? Lowe who's not playing well. Lowe has to be there, but do we need Mason Holgate for this window? Since he's not playing much where he is, and Lati's in the squad that can also, if needed, come as a centre back. Or even Ian Frey can play as a centre back.
If we can use the squad as anything, as an indication to what we can expect, having so much defenders.
Oh,
You see where I'm getting with this?
Okay, no problem.
We might be seeing a back three. We might be seeing a back three.
I doubt it. Well, he even indicated today that he wants his fullbacks to equal.
Well, that's
so it's not like he's going to stick to it back 4 and have a right back into the
again, that might just be the coach.
Leave
it right there. Let's just leave this tactics right there.
Yeah. Coach, at the end of the day, it don't really matter. It's all the execute on the field. So, Jamaica has played 5-6 games doing the same thing. So Trinidad has already seen that. And one thing you do when you're doing your analysis and you're getting your game plan to go, you watch 5 games and look at what's the best, what's their most tactics that they did on the field. So at the end of the day, you get the coach talk, they do already. You understand?
Alright, so let's just quickly look at your ratings for the squad that was announced. I'll start with you and see what's your, if you have to put a number at it, what would be rating out of 10?
The number 10 position is a creative part of the field. I that's where I grade down the team. I think we could drop a defender or drop a centre forward. Get somebody there. An out and out number 10. So, you know, it moved from the official 10 going down. So that would be I think 8. It's at 8. There are some discrepancies now when it comes on to players that are not in form. So that would drop it down again to around 7. So for this rating, I think I can place it there at 7 out of 10.
Okay?
So for me, straightforward. No Trivante Stewart at a 1 player, 1 point off. No Tyrese at another player, 1 point off.
Why you?
Let him do his let him do his thing, man. You got your
Because
ratings.
it's players that create the squad. That's why I can't place
It's more like individual.
I understand what you're saying, but again, I'm pretty sure that I know that there are new players, and I hear the coach saying that there are new players, but you can plug and play them and in the squad. It's a squad of what? 26, 27?
27.
Having those new players in the squad, they might not even make the match day squad. So having them around the squad, I think is just reward. So no Trivante
At this time,
at this time.
having them around the squad.
Well, I'm pretty sure that these 26, 27 man squad, 3 or 4 of them will be on them in the stands with me and you. So if you want to look at it like that, but I'm pretty sure say Trivante, if he's called upon, he could have had value. Tyrese, if he's called upon, he could have had value. A Lord Ravel Morrison, very one. I know that might not be, but I'm pretty sure that Ravel brings something different. So that's 3 points. So we are went down to 7. And the defense, I'll give everybody a pass. So I'm going to say a 7 based on those 3 players. I play a point. I know that it sounds unfair, but that is just me. And you can't beat me in the comment section. And there's something. 7 I get a spot.
Y'all made me want to, because I was initially going to pick a 7, but since I told you 7, I think changing.
L.A. Lewis?
Yeah. 7. Because they, again, I started out by saying straight, midfield scare me. Not because of necessarily lack of creativity. God forbid, if something happened to Aiden, why I don't know what may have heard. I still think we could at least have probably Lambert as a specialist CDM, especially the coach mentioned Angling is at 8 and not at 6.
One more CDM and no
I
creativity.
won specialist 6 in their spot and I hate him.
And no creativity.
I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that. Then the other issue in midfield is the lack of creativity.
So 1 point for...
No, I'm not going to do the 1 point thing. People will say though that Jamaica's strength is not to play through the middle, we play through our wingers. So creativity in the midfield, it is what it is. To me, I like flexibility. If Trinidad start lock down space in behind on the wings or Curacao, but they will probably come here for a draw if everything goes the way they want. What do we do in the middle then? So I guess the idea, as the referee said, is to play Gray and Swing or Dixon. I still would have wished a specialist playmaker, a specialist number 6 as a backup for Aiden, but we can't do anything about it. So that's my biggest issue. Defense, I still don't think we need 4, especially centre back. 2 windows, no whole game came. No. So if you have Ian Frey there and Latiba there, being there already, who can play as a centre back, I don't see why you need whole game there. You can have that in midfield or you can start now. So that's another point, as I said, to distract. I don't have any issues with the wingers and centre forward. Tough not to see Stewart there, but I cannot expect him not to be there just because, as the coach mentioned, it gives the impression that him and Bowser are likely. And Bowser is the best player in the Caribbean.
We heard it.
He's going to play Bowser
According to the coach.
According to the coach. According to the coach.
According to stats.
So finally, my rating is also 7 out of 10. So
7.
7.
3 7s, right?
So much that.
21. But hopefully the boys will get it done. We need the World Cup. The country need this World Cup. Not gonna lie. It won't solve our problems, of course. It won't heal the wounds, but it's ever time for our little bit of hope and celebration. All right.
Yeah, definitely. As I asked the coach, it would be a huge moral boost. And I'm pretty sure as I tried to ask the coach, players them just need to use it as an extra motivation instead of feeling extra pressure to say, yo, we definitely need to do this for boost moral right now. So, man, them squad done pick already. As much as we now give 10 out of 10, we still accept it and we support the man them and people just full up stadium on the 18th because even though we can qualify before then, that will be or should be the day we're qualifying for World Cup 2026.
Stadium for Ram.
Straight.
Don't
Yeah,
let out the stress.
stadium need to run, man, guys.
Let out the stress, no on the rooftop blow up.
I know it's not easy, and
But
they were hoping to reduce the prices for you guys, but they're upon
bills
government.
have to bills
Government is up on the lease.
have to do.
But anyway, try their best to try and make it there, to help support the boys to make it to the World Cup. We need this World Cup 30 odd years. 30 odd years, right?
Yeah, 28. So.
Or 28.
Close. Bad enough.
Yeah, and this is the easiest way to make it. So, you can't, the stadium half empty, I would do be Curacao, I want to be the same on a cost. You know what I mean? A sense. And I will come and support and everything. Very Anson, take me away. That's it.
That's it. That's
Yeah,
it,
man.
people. That's it. You have it. Once Sports TV, Qualifiers TV, and the JAMPL FAN. Stay tuned for more collaboration like this. This is supposed to bring a sense of unity to our fans. That we are not fighting. We're not cussing. Yeah, man. But anyway, what can I tell you? We won.
What is under my nose?
World Cup.
Oh. Yeah, boy.